What's going on, guys? And Nick also here, back with another Warframe video, and today we are looking at one of the brand new Prime weapons available from the Inaros Prime Acess, or you can just follow it from the game. It is the Karyst Prime, or Karyst Prime, whatever you want to call it. And the original Karyst honestly was nothing special. And honestly, it was one of the weakest weapons in my opinion. Nah, not the weakest, but it really was not spectacular by any means. Mostly used for Inaros, getting finisher kills, covert lethality, all that. But this weapon, we don't need covert lethality. I don't even know if that's meta anymore. But, this weapon by itself, probably one of the best melees in the game, in my opinion. So let's get into the stats here for the Karyst Prime. As you see, we're sitting at an attack speed of 0.667. Actually a pretty slow attack speed. You're going to definitely need a lot of attack speed mods just to get this up there, because this is by far, this is abysmal when you just try to use base attack speed. Critical chance of 24%. That is actually very high, making this Blood Rush or Sacrificial Steel viable. And we have a critical multiplier of 2.2x, pretty decent, nothing too spectacular to write home about. Put Organ Shatter on here, you probably get a nice decent multiplier. So, damage types, you have Impact at 50, Punch at 96, Slash at 102, and Toxic at 96. 102 for Slash, 96 for Puncher. It's mostly weighted towards Slash, but Puncher is the second highest damage type. It's tied with Toxin, so they're pretty evenly spread out. So definitely you're going to be wanting to listen to the status of this weapon, try to get Toxin more up there, because the status chance of 30% that I recently just skipped over. Status chance of 30%, if you put 4 dual stats on here, you're looking at a status chance of 102%. To be honest, you don't really need that. I'll get into why in a moment. We have heavy attack stats, basically just double damage. Not really spectacular or anything. We're not really going to be focusing on heavy attacks. You're just going to be using things with its raw power. Now, for its polarity, you can have 1 dash and I think 2 Vs. I put 1 V and 1 dash here. I think I changed the polarity. No, I did not change the polarity. You're looking at 2 Vs to form to make a decent build. It's default dash and default V. So, yeah, anyways. Yeah, very slow attack speed, and this is basically how I'm going to mod it for, my normal build, but let's see. Let's do this without any mods. Look at the attack speed of this. Not good whatsoever. It is absolutely abysmal, and this is no stance, by the way. You could probably put a different stance on it and get some different results. But yeah, this is the build I'm gonna be using for for a test today. And for our build, we're gonna go to config B. We're gonna have nothing that influences us, no arcanes, no nothing. We're gonna do this build later to show you how it really performs. So I think I'm gonna pull off some, level 130 heavy gunners, because when we did a test against 160, let me tell you, it's still as nasty as ever. So let's go on some heavy gunners. We have invincibility on, because obviously we're not gonna want to die. And let's just fire away. So this is the build that I have with Condition Overload, Blood Rush, Weeping Wounds, all of that. And as you see, absolutely destroys these heavy gunners. They actually stood no chance against me, and it is actually pretty disgusting what I just did to those people. Actually, let's go back into the build one more time. If you don't want to run Prime Fever Strike, you can replace it with something like Body Count if you want to keep the combo duration going. You can also replace Weeping Wounds with Sacrificial Passion for more crit chance if you really wanted to. But honestly, I'd rather have Weeping Wounds instead of, more crit chance. The crit chance is already respectable enough, but if you want to get better crits, by all means, be my guest. So, we're actually going to bump up this test to level 160 heavy gunners, which is the highest that I can currently go due to my mastery rank. Invincibility one more time, and just start laying waste. As you see, the heavy gunners really don't stand any sort of chance. They're just getting shredded before they can really do anything. And I think I saw 11,629 slash puck. Jesus, that is actually insane for a dagger. But if you actually compare the stats to its normal counterpart here, which I haven't done, as you can see here, Attack speed better on the original Karyst, but everything else has got this beat. Like the Karyst Prime beats this by a mile, the damage by 344. Let's actually compare this to something like the Grand Prime. What's the total damage on there? See, the damage on Grand Prime, and even though you got a higher crit chance, you get more overall damage. The base damage is not higher than the Grand Prime. Like the Grand Prime has lower base damage than the Karyst Prime, and I find that to be absolutely hilarious. Even though this is a big heavy blade. PSA, if you're watching the, I don't think you are, but please buff heavy weapons. If you're gonna make the dagger this strong and not give it like, at least give this a little bit more base damage. I get it, you got the supplemental stats to go along with it, but even then, I honestly think that the Karyst Prime is gonna be way better overall. So yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. This one is actually insane. Plus innate toxin. You can do so many build combinations with this, unlike the Grand Prime or anything. So let's actually switch up the build to my main build. This is on my Wisp build, but none of these are going to affect anything. All we're going to do is focus on Arcane Fury, which on critical hit is going to give us a bunch of melee damage, 180%. And we have Arcane Strike to boost up our attack speed whenever we get a hit. We're going to do the same test against these heavy gunners right here. I don't know why I went to go with energy and ammo, but yeah, that's a habit of mine. Anyways, once you get Arcane Strike and Arcane Fury going, yeah, I don't really think they had any sort of chance in that scenario, to be honest. But yeah, overall, Karyst Prime is a must-get. This weapon is honestly one of the best melee weapons in the entire game, in my honest opinion. Also, you gotta say, this is not the original skin for it. This is actually what the Karyst Prime looks like. I don't really like this. It's kind of a weird shape, but I'd rather prefer this one that I got from, I think, the Nesha Deluxe. But yeah, I prefer this dagger skin a lot more. So obviously you're in the simulacrum. This isn't really going to show you against like normal content or anything, so let me actually take you into some actual content. Okay, so we loaded into Lua on an exterminate mission, and we are going to take this in, and this is also the steel path, by the way. So we're going to see how this holds up against level 135 Corpus and Gunir. I'm going to be buffing myself up with Wisp powers, of course, and we're still using the original Wisp build that I've been using in the test. So, as you just cleave through this, they really have no problem. Yeah, this is steel path, by the way, if you guys want to think this is hard or, you know, bullet punching. To be fair, I'm using like Arcane Fury and Arcane Strike, so my attack speed is kind of insane. You know, this is actually pretty hard to get Arcanes, so if you don't have this, then, you know, you're still going to be looking at a lot of damage, just not as much as I am doing right here. Now for the sentience, it's actually going to be a big pain in the butt for me. I don't think I'm really going to enjoy that. But yeah. And you see, we're just cleaving through these Gunir like it's nothing. Let's see. Let me refresh my buffs on Wisp real quick. And keep going through the exterminate. We're not going to go through the entire exterminate, probably more like halfway through the 100, just to show you how it really performs. As again, we're using just, you know, Stinging Thorn stance, I should say. I cannot speak, I'm sorry. Use whatever stance you feel, you know. You don't really have to use my exact build. You can also, you know, do whatever build you really like, if you so desire. You can use Sacrificial Pressure if you want. You can get rid of Weeping Wounds. You can do whatever you want, just as long as you're having fun and being effective at it as well. You see, like, nothing really stands any sort of chance, especially with all this range. I think 5 meters of range is pretty nutty for a dagger. And the Sentients found me, of course. I'm not really going to fight the Sentients, I'm more going to run for them, if I'm going to be completely honest. But, you know, we'll try to give them a fight with my Karyst Prime over here. it's not really doing a whole lot of damage against these. Because remember, like, it's pretty short. So honestly, I think we're just gonna run from that right now, or maybe just put a pause on the video. But that was basically the Karyst Prime, guys. In a normal mission, it's gonna destroy, especially if you have a good build with arcanes. It's gonna make short work of anything that you come across. So the sentients are really chasing me. Against armored Gunir, they do not stand a chance. So yeah, if you guys can get the Karyst Prime, you don't even need 2 former on here to be real. You can just put 1 former and probably get away with a half decent build. See, these guys are pretty annoying. Can't really like fight sentients as well. She's not really the best sentient killer. Yeah, overall, the Karyst Prime, probably one of the best melees in this game. I've never used daggers seriously before. Like, I've just mastery fought it all the way through. But ever since I got this from the Inaros Prime Acess, this weapon has been tons of fun to use, and I cannot put it down. I'll probably be using this for a while because this is level of damage as well. High status. This is basically all I wanted. Like, my Zaws could not provide this much power. If it really wanted, like, maybe Zaws is better, but I prefer this, honestly. It's easier to build, plus, you know, you can get this immediately. You can't really get a Plague path or anything right now. So yeah, guys, that was me and Nick. Also, we made it halfway through the Exterminator Quest. I say we didn't do too bad, but if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, all that jazz. Make sure to leave a comment on your build. Maybe tell me things that I missed. Maybe like what's the better stance? What else do you want to see? Like, there may be better stances out there, better arcane combos, better frames. I wasn't using the best melee frame, no. Like, this Wisp is not really the best melee frame, even though she does really well at it. But yeah, so let me know, guys, down in the comment below what stance you like to use. Like, comment, subscribe, help the algorithm. Make sure to drop a fat like, you know, help me grow, you know. Try my hand at this whole YouTube thing. Hopefully this new mic sounds great, by the way. Let's see how it comes out in final production. But yeah, that was me, guys. Nick also. Peace.